I'm hearing, the silent celeb, but I know Karen, you know what I mean, and the Blanco. There's a slew of different things that come along with your name, you know what I mean. But I want to first delve into the importance of branding, right?
Yes.
So as I walk up the stairs, as you get out the car, I'm just like, I love it, you know what I mean. It took me back to my days of, doing the DVDs, and I watched specific type of artists that would focus not only on the music, but the overall aspect of what it is to be an artist, you know what I mean? So once again, let's just walk it through, you know what I mean? You get out of the car, you got the stickers, you know what I mean? You pull out the board, I'm like, yeah, she focused. You dig what I'm saying? We walk up to the studio, and let me see the cup. Strategically, as she's walking, she's like turning around on the low. You dig what I'm saying? I said, I love it. I smell what you cooking.
Every side.
Yeah,
so you see it, whether you see this one, or you see that one, you see it, man.
Right. So first and foremost, help us understand or define your name itself.
I don't want to say it's self-explanatory, but at the end of the day, I don't fit the norm. I don't look like everybody else out there right now. So, well, in general. So, one, when you see me, I'm quiet up to myself. Like I'm when I turn on. But any other time, I'm very laid back, very calm, cool, collected. But at the end of the day, once I start speaking, or when that camera's on, you see the celebrity status.
Oh my!
You see where I'm at with it. You see what I want to do. You see what I'm meant to do. And the sound is because I'm humble with it. I'm very quiet, very to myself. But once you put that mic in my hand, it's like plugging in the cord, man. Showtime. It's something that's always been, like, even as a kid, it's always been when it comes to music, performing arts, anything, acting, singing. I'm always with the arts. Anything else, like, I don't know anything about basketball, football. I don't follow sports.
Right,
but I can tell you who's on a Billboard 100s.
And I want to take it back. I don't know where I heard it from. Possibly may have known where I heard it from. But, it was stated that you embarked on this career, on your career, first and foremost, as a just wanted to be this pure actress in a sense.
Yes.
Talk about that.
Growing up, that was my life. I liked acting. I was involved in a theater company called Night Star Theater. Dorian Missick, if you know who that is, he's been in a lot of SVUs. He's in a lot of commercials for Verizon, a lot of different things. Kerry Washington, I grew up under her as her being my mentor as far as the acting. There's a lot of different names I can name, but Night Star Theater was a traveling performing arts group that spoke on the different diseases, STDs, STIs, HIV, and protection of yourself, but for the younger, for the youth, for the adolescent. And pretty much we went to every high school you could think of in New York City. Rather than having sex ed, you would come with us for hours in an auditorium. We would do a whole play, monologue, improv to situations and different scenarios to help you get through situations as far as being alone with the boy and it's after school and you're not sure if you want to take that step. If you do, this is what you should do, or don't feel peer pressure. So that was a major thing for me coming up, the acting in general. I did that for a while. Recently, I went back into the acting roots and I had a starring cameo role on a New York Girl TV, which is a webisode for the LGBT community.
Okay.
They're in the millions of views. We're in the process of shooting a movie now. I'm casting that as well. My character name is Red.
So give me some more clarity on that. What is it?
New York Girl TV. It's a webisode. It's a webisode based on the LGBTQ community, the lesbian, gay, transsexual. Yeah. But it's based on a community. And it tells different scenarios, things that we face coming up in New York. It's based on New York. And the different things that we face in relationships, work, day-to-day, family crises, love life, a little bit of everything. The character I play is Red, and I am the best friend of another character in the show. My character is really small, but it has a really big impact. I'm a bar manager, and something happens with the bar, situations turn to the worst, and you have to watch to see what happens.
Oh my, and I was about to segue into that. Like, don't give them too much. Do not give them too much. So this is a great segue because, so you said something that was key, and you said, I can't go verbatim, but you're not the norm. You know what I mean? And when you say that, what do you mean?
You'll never, ever, never, ever, ever, for never, ever, forever, never, ever, never, for never, ever.
Oh my.
See me in a corset, stilettos, hair accessories. I don't want to say weaves or wigs, but I'm just saying hair accessories and call it that. That's just not my style. At the end of the day, I feel like the thing that makes me so genuine about what I do is I really want to take it back to the days where music was what you heard versus what you see.
Mm.
I totally understand the whole thing on marketing, and I totally understand sex sells and everything. But at the end of the day, you can be as sexy as you want. If your music's trash, your music's trash.
So no, and this is great.
That's
you know,
real talk.
well, and that's great. You know, so once again, you know, I wanted you to define that, because what we get is the image, right? So I find that in my era, we came up, you know, if you were of the umbrella, but you were an artist, right? Let's just say purified artist. People tried to be something that they wasn't. You dig what I'm saying? So I just like the fact that you said, I am who I am. You dig what I'm saying? This is what you're gonna get. You're either gonna love me for who I am, you're gonna love my sound for what it is,
Kick rocks.
or kick rocks. And you said, you know what? I'm gonna give the world me.
And it's working.
And it's working. Have you been shocked about that?
Yes, very. I've been making music. I've been performing and consistently making music for about 6 years,
Mm-hmm.
and that's without putting out a project. But I always give a show.
Right.
In a way.
We know that.
I really, really buckled down in 2014 and said, you know what, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to set forth and see what happens. And I participated in a competition called They Got Skills,
Mm-hmm.
the 5K challenge. And the thing, it was different tiers. You had to go through first round, second round, third
Mhm.
round. And the final round, which was the 5th round, you won $5,000 cash.
Mm-hmm.
Now, everybody knows in New York, that doesn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
There's no, some people promise $1,000 and you won't get $250.
Mm-hmm.
To this day, if you hit the hashtag the 5K kid, my picture will pop up everywhere. I won the 5K. Shout out to They Got Skills, Walter and Sean, or Prince. They made sure I got that bread, and it was crazy because I went up against 16 artists from New York, all talented. And I'm still cool with some of them to this day.
Mm-hmm.
I'm fans to a lot of their music.
Right.
And it was a moment in my life where I knew that if this was not what I was meant to do, God wouldn't have put me where I was at.
Mm-hmm.
To have Zoe and Supreme, Zoe smiled through the whole, like if you go on YouTube and you look at the 5K challenge winner, it'll show you the performance. Zoe smiled at me. That's Fred the Godson's man. Shout out to Fred the Godson. Check out that joint. He smiled at me through the whole performance. And at the end, I was nervous because there was so many people there. It was other people there. There was other artists that were better than me that I felt was better than me. And to get on that stage, and Zoe gave this real emotional, special, like powerful, motivational speech. And at the end, he said something like, "It's hard to keep the good ones silent." Whole crowd went crazy. I fell out. That was it. Tears.
Mm-hmm.
Like to get up there and know like the way that we had to go through. I won $5,000 in 7 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Yo.
Right.
If that wasn't a testimony to what I was meant to do and what I was here was set forth to do, that put me in a whole different realm of just music.
Mm-hmm.
And then I needed that bread. Like my family needed stuff done, and I needed it for a situation. So it was crazy because after that I went to interviews and people were like, "Yo, did you buy jewelry? Did you buy this? What you did? Did you put down money on a whip?" And I'm like, "I bought my parents a roof."
Yeah. Right.
Like,
Right.
at the end of the day, regardless of what the money is, I need people to understand that if you're making music with the intent of just making the money, you're not making music, you're still doing a job.
Mm-hmm.
If you're making music with the intent of touching the people, then you're making a difference. And at the end of the day, that's what I want to do. I want to make a difference. I can make money anyway. I can get a 9 to 5. I got a good job now, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, for people to tweet me or text me or inbox me, Facebook me, anything, and say, "Yo, I wake up to this song every morning because of what it does to me." Like for people to understand, like when I put my project out, the Silent Celebrity Project, it took me 2 years to record.
Right. So now this is the good thing about it. This is what's great. And that process of stating that it took 2 years to record, the thought pattern is amazing. You know what I mean? You know, you can say, "I like this sound." I mean, did you get to a point where you say, "You know what? I like this producer, but I want to get in there and sort of design or tailor a beat to a specific sound"? Tell me the process with this project, the Silent Celebrity Project.
It was a long process. I started off 2016 saying I didn't want to make music anymore.
Mm-hmm.
That was it. Like there was no love for it from the outside. It wasn't me in my heart. I still wanted to listen to music, but there was no reciprocation for the music. People didn't have respect for the sound. Like, there's no mixing, there's no mastering. People just didn't take time anymore. They were just putting out singles for nothing. It was just quantity over quality, and it was just depressing to me. And I felt like me putting out music would waste my time. I had a really dope conversation with a really best friend of mine, close friend of mine, Coco Sarai, and she's really dope out here. If you've never heard of her, but please.
Come on.
Yeah, that's my inspiration. You know that. Like,
yeah.
I had a conversation with her, and she was like, "Yo, Celeb, you bugging." She actually called me pussy. Not to be funny, but she's like, "Yo, you pussy. If you don't put out a project before you quit, you won't really know. So just put out one project, and then I'll leave you alone. You don't have to do nothing else. I'll let you rock. You can do whatever you want." What I wanted to do was just start helping other artists, like fix what I was seeing a problem in. I was like, "All right, I'll put out a project." She introduced me to Kavion. Shout out to Kay, amazing artist, amazing engineer. Second best in the X next to Luz, my main producer, Genius. But they corrected me, connected me with Kavion, and Kay set some time apart, and we set a certain day every week that we would meet for 4 to 5 hours and we would create. Once I got that down packed, it was the fact of what do I want to sound like, what do I want to make, what kind of music do I want to choose. And it's funny because I've never been one of those artists that was like, all right, I want to make a project that sounds like this.
Right.
No.
And that's why I asked the designing of it.
Crazy. My thought pattern, I have OCD, which is kind of funny because my thought pattern when it comes to like music, I go with what I like and what I feel. The last track on my project is called Thank God. The beat is produced by Libby V from Atlanta. And it was crazy because I met Libby V like about 3 or 4 years ago at another event. Another artist was having his release, and he flew me out to open for him in Atlanta. That was my first time really performing the way I wanted to, and it was dope because it made me a lot of different connects.
So now, you know, and I want a bit more clarity. So in that 2016, I know you went through that, but in between 2014,
2014,
you were still cooking.
You were still
cooking. Yeah.
And in 2000, let's go this way. In 2000, through the timeline, in 2014 is when I won the 5K, and when I finished doing that, I was motivated, but I was also kind of thrown off by a lot of the stuff that I seen in the indie. Okay. So what I did was I chilled for a minute, and I started doing consultations. Celeb, how'd you win five? Everybody wanted to know, Celeb, how you win $5,000 in 7 minutes, son? And I'm like, yo, rehearsal. Nisi was there, Mel was there. Shout out Straight Ills, my choreographer. I told her, I sent her the beat, said, y'all gonna dance to this song. She took care of that. I went to my beatboxer, Great Matter, and I was like, yo, this is what we're gonna sound like. I got Great Matter from Coco Sarai too. And he was like, all right, Celeb, I got you. Got him together. The last song is Good Music. I found that beat on SoundCloud. Like, maybe 2013. Found the beat, wrote the song, recorded it, didn't like it, chill. Just sat on it. That song's about, loose, what, 4 years old? We in 2016, so that song's like 4 years old. And at the time, and at the time it was crazy because when I wrote it, I was at a place where I was just like, I want to make music, but I don't know how to make music. But I know if I make music, they're not going to accept me the way that I am. I've always been comfortable with my own skin.
Right.
But at the end of the day, I knew that at that time, the world wasn't ready for people like me, Young M.A., Saya, Breezy from Empire. Like, they weren't ready for that. And now it's like, fast forward to 2016, this is the thing to do. This is the thing to be. And it's like, it makes me laugh. So in 2014, when I got to that point where I won a 5K, and I'm looking at other artists, and people are asking me what to do, what should I do, how should I do it, it made me start, one, helping other artists, but it also made me sit back and be like, damn, would I rather be on a front street as an artist with everything I do being nitpicked piece by piece, or do I want to be in the back to be the person, Olivia Pope, that make other artists like, oh shit, how you pop, Celeb help me, you know what I'm saying? And then it was the fact that my heart was in it. I wasn't always in it. People say all the time, like, Celeb, why you don't charge people? And I'm like, charge you for what? Why would I charge you? At the end of the day, you have to realize I'm in that same position another artist is. I just happen to be a little bit more excelled because back in the days, I was in that same position. Nobody was listening to me. I didn't have any direction. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to count bars. Like, these are things that I didn't know how to do. And you know what stopped me and what kind of deterred me? No one wanted to help me because it had to have a price tag on it.
Right.
So it motivates me now to see where I was at back then to where I am now. To be like, yo, I want to be that person that helps. I want to be the person that changes how music sounds by helping someone else. You have to realize if you can put a monetary value on everything, it shows its worth, but it also shows what it shows. It shows it shows what its worth is.
So
if that makes sense. Like
no,
it
no,
shows
no,
its worth, but it shows its worth. Like if I can put a dollar price on it, how much are you really worth?
Well.
There has to be a time where you stop being sold out. So as someone being indie who doesn't have, I don't have all the connects and all the plugs, but I have the heart, I have the game plan, and I know after that I have that drive. So if I can instill that same motivation and inspiration in another artist, now if you can instill your work ethic and your money in your own artistry, I already gave you the battery in your back. Now I'm just showing you, give me this, so not for me, but so that I can show you what you can do if you had this. Don't buy the Balmains. Don't buy that belt, bro.
I love her.
Don't spend $250 on Jordans, bro. Spend $150 on a professional buyer.
I love her.
But these are the things.
No, but see,
spend that $250 on a professional EPK. Make sure you have press to build an EPK on. Like these are the things that I wanted to show artists because I didn't know that. I knew it, but I didn't know it.
Right.
I didn't know how to go about it. So after a while, it was like Jason Bourne, Basquiat Bonds, if they call him. I knew Jason Bourne when he was Jason Bourne.
Yeah.
So, he had said something to me years ago when I was working with Pivot Records, and he said, "How am I supposed to let the people know what's going on the inside if I'm not outside?" That stuck with me for the rest of my life. I am not really a people person, but I understood what he was saying. Like, stranger danger is major to me. But if you don't speak to strangers, how the hell do you meet somebody new? How do you open new venues? How do you open new outlets if you're not hands-on? So from that day forth, once I got to a point where I was like, all right, I'm going to make music. There's no about it. Like,
2016.
This is 2016. I'm going to make music. Me and Bourne linked up. He seen me at an event, at an award show, and he was like, yo, Celeb, I slept on you. He was like, I didn't think that it was going to be an error. Like, I didn't know how to do it. He was like, but I see you doing it. He was like, years later, I'm proud of you because you actually continue doing it. And I had to express, like, those are the things that made me do it. I've been through 2 different management companies. Like 2 different people that wanted to manage me or actually took the time to say they were going to manage me, and it didn't work out.
So let me say this. So now we get that, right? We get the gist of you incorporating structure, right? Incorporating visibility.
Mm-hmm.
Incorporating a slew of different things that would help you propel, right, your career to the next level. Now we get to the sound. So we understand that, you went I'm not going to say through a phase, right, or looked at some of the sexuality and where it stood, because you sort of, polarized that. You gave us that, right? But I want to look at now the sound itself, right? So, because you can give me the gist of business, the external and the internal part. But now let's get to the sound. How do you write? Do you want to write for the world, right? Do you want to write for the umbrella, right? Do you want to write for Silent Celeb? Tell me, what was the process? You dig it?
It sounds crazy, but I don't have a process. When I hear a beat, if I like it, I write right there.
Right.
And I don't write. I sing what I hear. When you get to a certain point, like when you're making music for so long, you start to see music in color. And when I hear a beat, the first thing I do, process. The first thing I do is I hear the beat. I listen to what all the selections are. If it catches me in the first, I never really can tell what catches me, but if it does something to me within the first 2 to 3 bars, I listen to it up to 6 bars. If I can start singing as soon as I hear it, I put it to the side.
Okay.
And I keep doing it, and that's how I keep doing it, and I keep going back and forth. I don't like it, I like it, I don't like it, I like it. Once I get through all the tracks, like for
give me an
instance,
example. Give me a song.
For instance, Jimmy, the song. Okay, bang. Both Me. Shout out to Con Genius. That's my main producer. He's in the building. Shout out to Con Genius, whole family, Camp Genius team. We made the beat from scratch. I don't know how to make beats. I can't press the buttons, but I do know sound, and I know what catches me. I know what catches my attention. So we in the studio. He was just going through, I think, like samples. You good to come over here and just start telling me, yeah, slide it. Let's have this conversation. So
I like this threefold type.
How you doing? I'm ready.
We in the studio. I think he played like samples, like different sounds he had. No ideas. And he played the guitar, and I was like, oh wait, that little chord that I was like, oh wait.
Yeah.
So he was like, alright, let's get it. So he plays the drum tap. I started making the sounds in my mouth when I wanted him to play. Then he got the melody together. and it came time for the chorus, and he's playing all of, yo, Alus is good for these weird sounds. Be like, that's his.
Fusing them together. I don't know.
That's his niche. Yo, so he's playing back and forth, and I'm like, yo, this is the chorus. Yeah, I'm like, yo, drop everything, and only what was it? I was like, just leave the snaps and the kick, and he was like, what?
That's it.
That's it. Just like that, and I'm like, yo, trust me on this. Yo, we went back and forth for like 20, 30 minutes. And I'm like, yo, trust me on this. I'm going to tell you what I'm going to sing and everything. Like, I heard it. It was done. Whenever I hear a beat, if I know I'm going to use it, I hear the whole song right there. It's not like an issue. So he's like, all right, let's see what happened. Yo, when we recorded it, I didn't even send it to him. We did a rough draft in the studio. And then I went to Kavion for the indie because I wanted the project to have the same sound uniform.
Right.
I went back to Kavion and I was like, all right, listen, we're going to make this beat. We're going to make it sound good. And we good. We got number one. We recorded it. And at the end, he was like, oh. I was like, see the chorus, right? And he was like, yeah. So now the project drops. And he like, nah, Mo, I still think we should have added something to the chorus. And I'm like, yo, trust me, this shit gonna knock. Whoever hear this is gonna knock with it. He like, all right. Days go by, we drop the project, and we looking at the numbers, and every time somebody tags me, like, yo, Kobe's my favorite song on the project, I tag him, like, yo, bro, I told you. Like,
she know what she doing.
At the end of the day, he was the one person. I've been with Alus for years. We got like 5, 6 years. We got a little more than that, about 5, 6 years in the game together.
We married.
Pretty much. Microphone Bully introduced me to Alus over Twitter. I had never met Microphone Bully either, and I tweeted that I needed a producer. This was in 2010. I had tweeted I needed a 10, 11. I tweeted I needed a studio to record in the Bronx, and Mike Bully tagged 2 people. I don't even remember who the second person was, but he tagged 2 people, and Alus responded and was like, "I'm the best engineer in the Bronx."
Never been bashful.
And when I said it, I was like,
word?
Alright, I'm gonna pull up. Like 2 days later, I pulled up and we've been together ever since.
So now, right, and I like this. Great storyteller.
Can I be silent and she be the celeb?
Yeah. Hey, why not?
All right, guys. Take care.
So you know, and this is crazy. I like the animation. I love it, right? You dig what I'm saying? I'm just like, I see.
And this is natural. This is us all day.
No,
right?
but this is what this is about. You dig what I'm saying? So now with this, because I like album. I don't see no mixtape here. This is an album, right? So now, but peep game. So now we get into this album, right? So we get a breakdown. The chemistry is incredible. You dig what I'm saying? The chemistry is incredible because I'm listening to the sounds, and you know, sometimes when you listen to an album, to me, I'm gonna keep this on the eye. Sometimes I can hear that same type of feel throughout. You know what I mean? So I heard a bevy of different sounds, but it's like a storytelling in a sense. You dig what I'm saying? Look, how did you go about doing that?
Artists that inspire me in my genre, in my indie. Always Purple Surprise, always the first one. Nostalgia EP, if you haven't heard that, yo, I listened to that album on repeat for like 3 months. I hold you up. Kavion inspires me. He has a new project coming out, Braille. It's gonna be amazing. Ashton Martin, Big Morgan, Born Free Music Group. Moon Sky. If you never heard her, she's amazing. Imani Euro. And it's crazy because rappers inspire me too.
So that's what I want you to do. I want you to paint a picture.
Davies. Love Davies. Fresher. And wait a minute. Oh God. Wait a minute. Who else? That's real talk. People judge me, but I like designer. Timmy Turner's my joint. I like designer. I don't care. I don't want to. You might want to edit that out or just try to smooth that out, but I like him too. I'm not going to say it again because that's kind of embarrassing, but I like his music. I like his style. I like his drop.
Lil Uzi, no, yo, listen.
Yo, I'm so sorry.
No, see.
I follow him on Instagram.
Can we rewind? Can we rewind this, right? Listen. So, me per se, right? It's not about me, but so you get to an age. I did all this stuff, right? So you get to an age where you say, well, are you supposed to dress like this? Are you supposed to listen to this sound, right? I am hip hop, right? I feel that I'm maybe 2nd generation hip hop, you dig? So, but I'm in the industry. No matter if I want to fall back, no matter,
you still there.
I'm still there, right? So now, if I'm around a slew of people in my age bracket, and they like and I might, have my phone on mine. They like, "Real, you listening to that?" I'm like, "Yo, real though," because we start getting into that ain't real hip hop, that ain't real R&B.
Exactly.
And you be like, "Man, look at here, man. This is how I'm feeling today."
Exactly.
You dig what I'm saying? So now everything that you just stated, babe, we was in the car. What we was doing? Who?
Oh, for real?
Elroy. Come, both of the artists.
Yeah.
Both of the artists.
Yo, I
Didn't know
like
what you think. But see, once again, and I knew he was from Philly. Looked him up. This is crazy. So I'm saying that to say that it's we.
It's what you feel.
It's what you feel.
Makes you feel. And that's why I love it.
Right.
I listen to Young M.A. Somebody just put me on a Young M.A. I literally really just started listening to her. And, I like her music too. I love the message that she has. I love that she's comfortable with who she is. I like that.
Is there any up and coming
On
artists?
the BX, Zen Zeta. Gotta shout him out. He his visuals are very. He's like a Spanish Eminem. I don't even know if that makes sense, but like just the way that he attacks the beats is crazy. Who else from
I mean, I'm just asking because you are wrong.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of other people that I know that I would want to, not even being funny, but I'm thinking of other people that I would want to have mentioned on this platform, because Hood Life Media is a dope platform to be mentioned on, and I don't want to shine light on anyone that doesn't really need the light shine on us, per se. There are artists that I feel could be a lot further if they made different decisions. That's none of my business.
Right.
I love Michelle Sings. I don't know if anybody's ever heard of her, but they should have. If you haven't, she's an amazing singer, songwriter from the Bronx. Romano Ivory. I can name so many different artists.
Yeah,
that
she
are
could.
absolutely
She could. I
amazing.
like her.
I don't listen
like
to the
her,
radio.
like her.
I don't listen to the radio. Let me just first say that. I listen to certain stations when I need to, or when I feel like I just need something different. I just want to be, or I'm in a car with my partner Shane. But other than that, I listen to a lot of Spotify and a lot of SoundCloud. So I listen to a lot of the indie coming up. So like, I love Ro James. I don't know if you know who he is. I love Ro James. Who else do I bump a lot of? Like I said, Imani Vero, I bump a lot of her. I bump a lot of her music. DSMV, I listen to a lot of their music. I listen to Ronson Murphy, Ramalama Bang Bang. That's one of my favorite joints. I listen to Dr. Buzzard's Sunflower. Like I listen. You feel me? I listen to Pink Floyd. I listen to Evanescence. I listen to Green Day. I listen to Nickelback. I listen to different stuff. And now you may hear, when she sings, she reminds me of. I've been compared to Erykah Badu. I've been compared to Mary. I've been compared to the greats, and to me, it's humbling because that's where my soul is when it comes to the music. Now, my job as an artist is to transfer that soulful feeling into something that people can listen to today and still get that same feeling, but with today's sound. In no particular order. Funny is produced by Soultronic, shout out to you. Holy is produced by the Congees, as I said before. You as well. Number 4, which happens to be Good Music, is produced by Runaway Music. They're a duo production team from Russia, and that was the craziest collab. They don't speak English, and I don't speak Russian. That's a whole other story. Number 5 is Thank God, it's produced by Living V Productions. He's from Atlanta. And number 6, which is the bonus track, is Back to Sleep, which is my rendition of Chris Brown's Back to Sleep, and it's produced by Congees and Earn G. The cover art, which you see behind us, is done by Solo Jones. And what's crazy is about the cover art, that picture, he didn't do anything fancy to it besides add the texting, and he really adjusted some of the colors. But that picture is literally taken on the roof of my job by M. Monroe Photography. So shout out to Matt Sane. They are amazing. OG Win. They rap group, but he took the picture and I called Solo last minute like, yo, I need help. Something happened with the original designer. Can you help me? He fixed it up. I got you. Shout out to everybody that's been rocking with me. I have somebody who takes care of my behind the scenes, Sasha Shane, that's a true festa. Shout out to him. Chums for definitely believing in me. T for actually believing in me, to have Chums believe in me. So that's all about collecting the dots. The blogs, crazy right now. I'm on This Is 50. I'm on Doggy Diamond. I'm on Thriller. I'm on Jack Thriller just shouted me out saying that he didn't believe I would make that sound, and he heard. It's like Shamika Sanders took care of that. Basquiat Mons is coming up behind it. It's crazy. Like just the way that we orchestrated. It's so much going on.
Embryo stages, y'all. These are the embryo stages.
Like, it's so much going on, but I manifested my tune. Like at the end of the day, I put it in the air. From my lips to God's ears. I'm very big on religion, and I know that people people say that I shouldn't be because of what's going on, but at the end of the day, I feel like my faith is what got me here, my faith in myself, and just the faith in him having my back is what brought me to this position. Anybody who knows me knows 4 years from now, I would have never been in a situation in this studio, sitting down talking to you, or even having a project out, or even in this realm. And
I love this.
to show it, it really shows that with consistency and belief in self, anything's possible. I would love to do radio personality.
Okay.
I've done a little bit of it with Think Straight Media Radio on DTF, and I'm about to do it. I told you just now, Black Friday on a Rotten Apple. But I would love to step into that segment of or doing an interview. I feel like as far as articulating, what to ask as an indie artist coming up, I would know what to ask other artists that already made it. Not what are you wearing or who are you wearing, but more like how did you get where you were at? Like those are things that people want to know. I want to get back into the acting. That's my next thing. I want to start putting the headshots out there and get into the backstage and start getting those opportunities. And those are my two main. Once I get the radio personalities and the movies, and I get this music down, I got the music be good on that. But the radio and the television, I want to check from one network. I'm not even going to look up, like, because at the end of the day, I don't want to be rich, but I want to be able to whenever I go back, I want to be able to give back. And that's one of my main things, that I want to be able to be in a position where I can help people in my community, do scholarships, do funding, do community centers for people, like I said, that came up like me that didn't have it, or didn't have that person that they can look at and say, I want to do that. It's now that I'm in my 20s and I'm like, yo, I'm seeing one of my peers as my inspiration.
She said her 20s, so
it's like,
man, so multi-dimensional, right, man? Unbelievable. I'm
But at the end of
you
the
know
day,
what?
true.
Oh, that's so cute right there. She said 20. But anyway, right, in closing, right, this is so dope. Yo, this is dope. Listen, you ain't gonna give too much, because we gave out a lot. And you know, when I be doing interviews, I do go, I do get into it. But we're gonna make this a part 1 to Celebrity Project. Please get into it, y'all. Please listen. If you don't do anything, right? If you don't listen to Terrell Blair, please listen to her and pay attention. Pay attention. It's not about me, right? It's about her. Pay attention to this here. Your Instagram, give them everything.
It don't get no real on that. Exactly how it's spelled, exactly how it's said. The Silent Celeb. I'm everywhere. Facebook, Instagram, Tumblr, Twitter, Snapchat, everything. If you want to get the real raw of me, join me on Snapchat. I hold nothing back. And I'm also available via Gmail, Google, and everything. And I'm also in the street. Can't get no real than that.
Done. I love it.
Silent Celeb status.
And yeah, you know it's crazy too, because I was able to get a contact and everything in here. This is dope. This takes me back. I remember when we used to do come in with the big rappers and they had a bunch of weed and we just be high on our mind walking out of there.
Yeah.